everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good today. So in today's video I am going to discuss about concealers. A lot of you guys always ask me what is my favorite concealer, what is an affordable concealer, best affordable concealer. So in this video I am going to talk all about concealers. So before starting on the video, thank you so much for joining in today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you like the vibe here, if you like my videos, I would love if you could subscribe so that we can hang out each week twice. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So the first concealer that I'm going to talk about is from PAC. This is the PAC Take Cover Concealer and it's in the shade Banana Split. So I just removed the tag here, but yeah, I remember this is in the shade Banana Split. So I really love this concealer a lot. From the day it released, I have fallen in love with this and I'm still using it. I still use it every single day. If I'm going out, and this is what I have on my under eyes today. This concealer I would say is a medium coverage, and honestly this concealer covers up the darkness that I have. I do not have a lot of dark circles. I do have a little bit of dark circles, so this one really helps me to cover those up. And on days when I feel a little bit too tired, when my under eyes aren't looking that good, this really helps me to brighten up that area. And also the main thing I like about this concealer is that how flawless it looks underneath my eyes. A lot of the concealers tend to look cakey, tend to look dry because I have dry under eyes, because I have dry skin, but this one doesn't at all. It will give you that luminous effect. It's not highlighting or it doesn't have any shimmer to it at all, but yeah, it does have that, you know, that hydrating kind of feeling to it, and that is why I love this so much. Especially if you have dry skin, I do think you might want to check this out. This retails for 495 rupees and they do have a lot of variety of shades. They do have color correctors also. I personally don't use color correctors, so I cannot vouch how good it is, how good that will be, but for the concealers I would say that please go ahead and pick it out. If you have dry skin, even if you have oily skin, you will set it and you will like this concealer. But yeah, especially if you have dry skin, you have the problem of a concealer creasing on your under eyes, looking too cakey. This will not give you that at all, and it will give you the most flawless, you know, under eye effect ever. So the next concealer I have is actually very affordable. This is the Insight 2X Cover Master Concealer. Now this retails for 110 rupees, and for that price I really love this concealer a lot. Now I do have to say that this concealer is something that, you know, you might like if you have very less dark circles. If you have a lot of dark circles, then I don't think this is going to work for you. This gives a very minimal coverage, but it looks very class-like. Like it looks very, your under eyes look very hydrated. It does give you that no makeup kind of an effect. So if you are someone you just have a little bit to cover, then I definitely would recommend you use this one. You do not need a lot of it, and yeah, I really like this for that effect. You know, on days when I do not want to do that much to for my makeup, yeah. So on days when I don't want to do that much for my makeup, I just want to have a little bit of concealer, go out the door, this is what I pick out. And yeah, I really love this a lot. I have been loving this a lot. Even if you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, I do think that you will like it. For dry skin, you do not need to set it. I mean, if you set your concealer, then that's fine. But personally, I don't set any of my concealers, and I feel like this doesn't crease that much whenever I don't set it. So yeah, I really like this a lot, even though this has a little bit less coverage than all the concealers I'm going to be talking about in today's video. I really do like it. So the next concealer I have here is I would say one of my favorite. I think it's the best concealer I have in my collection. Now this is the Darling Isabella concealer, and this retails for around 200 rupees. I got this from Purple and I am in the shade 05. So I do have to say I have a medium to tan skin tones. Although these lights wash me out, I have a medium to tan skin tones. So all the concealers that I have mentioned today are on those, like, you know, shades ranges. So this is the Darling Isabella concealer. As I said, it's in the shade 05. Now this, I have reviewed it like on my channel here, and I still stand by it. I still love it to this day. I just feel like this gives me that coverage. The coverage on this is insane. I love it so much. I just use this on days when I just feel like my under eyes look very bad. Whenever I have the worst of dark circles, I use this concealer, and I cannot tell you how instantly it hides those dark circles. And for the price, I'm just shocked that how good it is. And sometimes when you are using a full coverage concealer, I do think that you might notice that it kind of tends to look a little heavy, or it kind of looks like, yes, you are putting on, you know, a little bit of makeup. But with this, it doesn't look that at all. It doesn't even look like you're wearing makeup. Even though you have a full coverage concealer, it doesn't look like that at all. And that is why I really have been loving this a lot. And I don't see myself, you know, ever having collection without this concealer. I really love it a lot. I do think you might want to check this out if you have, like, you know, dark under eyes. This is going to help you a lot. So the next concealer I'm going to talk about is from Sugar. This is the Sugar Magic Wand Waterproof Concealer, and I'm in the shade 30. Now this shade is a little light on me, but I do make it work. I can make it work because I can put a little, you know, lighter concealer on my under eyes, so that's not an issue for me. So this concealer again is a full coverage concealer. Although I have to say that if you have extreme amount of dark circles on your under eyes, you would like, it would be more apt for you to put on a color corrector and then go in with these concealers, because alone these concealers will not work for you. But anyway, this is one of the best concealers again from my collection. Although I do have to say that whenever I'm having like really dry under eyes, I don't like to use this that much. If you have oily skin, I do think that you will like this. If you like that, you know, that snatched look, you will like this a lot. This concealer is not that hydrating like my other concealers, but I really do like it. It doesn't crease or it doesn't settle down in my fine lines that much, I have to say that. And again, I do not use any powder with any of these concealers because I don't like using powders at all. This gives me that full coverage effect. It definitely hides my under eye bags, under eye dark circles. It hides all of that. It will hide anything, you know. So I really like this a lot. Again, all I do is put this concealer in this part of my eye and then blend it with a beauty blender. All the concealers I'm talking about, I blend it with a beauty blender because that's just how I like to blend my concealers. So yeah, I really have been liking this. Although it's on the little, you know, pricey side, I do think that it's worth buy if you are someone who has a little bit of dark under eye problem. I do think that you will like this because it is full coverage and it will like not crease, or it will just look flawless underneath your eyes. So the next concealer I have here is from the Makeup Revolution. It's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and it's in the shade C 10.5. Now I have to say that this is such a raved about concealer. Like everybody raves about this concealer, but for a reason. I have to say that this concealer is amazing. I still use it to this day. It's been a year I have been using this and I still use it to this day. The price of this concealer is $6.95. $6.95, yeah. And this has 22 shades in it. I have written down my notes there, so that is why I'm looking down. But yeah, this has 22 shades, so you are going to find your perfect shade in this concealer. Also, if you have you know, dry skin, again, you will love this because it's not way too hydrating. I do have to say that like the PAC concealer, this is not that hydrating, but it is good, you know. It's going to suit dry skin, dark skin. It's going to suit dry skin as well as oily skin people too. If you want to set it, you can go ahead and set it and it doesn't crease or it doesn't look cakey at all. Obviously it depends on what powder you're using, but definitely this doesn't look cakey at all. It covers up the darkness and it has that creamy kind of consistency. It also definitely looks very natural on the skin, and that is one of the major aspects that that I include in all of my videos, that I want makeup to look very natural as it can look. That is why I love all of these, because they look very on the natural side. I don't like when my concealer is just sitting on top of my skin. I just don't like that feeling. I just don't like, even if it is a very full coverage concealer, I don't care. I just don't like makeup to sit on top of my skin. That is why all of these concealers are very, very skin-like. So the last concealer I have again is such a raved about product. This is the Lakme Pro Conceal and I'm in the shade Porcelin. Now I got this is definitely not my shade, it's way lighter. But I got this mainly because I was doing Instagram looks and I needed something to cut my crease or something at that sort. So that is why I got this. It is definitely not a full coverage concealer, not like way too full coverage concealer, but it has a little bit of coverage. It is, I would say, a medium coverage concealer. Now I do have to say I really like this. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it, but personally I do really like it. And if you're someone who is a makeup artist who wants to cut crease, do that all of that cut crease kind of an effect, I do think you will like this because of the brush shape as well. It's very easy to cut your crease with this brush itself. I have done this several times and the precision I get with this is amazing. It is definitely good for your under eyes, but I do have to say that it is so much better for those cut crease effect. If you are someone who likes to do creative looks all the time, I do think that you will really love this. You do not need another eye primer with when you have something like this in your collection. I really have been loving this a lot, and I use this a lot for my looks, for the creative looks that I used to do on my Instagram. But yeah, right now I just use this to highlight my under eyes, but still it's a really good pick. And if you are looking for a good concealer too, this is going to be a good choice for you. And this retails for, I think it was right around $4.95. Yeah, it retails for $6.95, but you definitely get this on sale all the time. So grab this while you get this on sale on Nykaa, Hawk Makeup. So yeah, that was everything for today's video. So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in my next video. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe so that we can be friends and we can hang out each week twice. So I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.